Soulcalibur VI.
Hello? Hello. Welcome to another random stream this week. Soulcalibur VI. I haven't streamed this. I haven't done playthrough stream of this game. For a couple of reasons here. Let me just... hold on, just stop dropping my pin here. Actually, let me adjust the game volume. It's a little loud here. Let's turn that down first. It's... music in Soulcalibur has always been pretty good.
The wait is over.
Let me turn that down.
Battle 1.
Okay.
Fight.
That probably sounds good.
Battle 1. Fight.
Battle 1, fight! See what the audio levels. Actually, you know what? It could go down a little more. Turn it down. Because I don't want to be talking over the game too much here. Anyway. Let me get this out of the way first. If you clicked on this video or stream thinking, oh cool, Easy Maven's going to be playing some Soulcalibur VI. Hate to disappoint you, but that's not exactly what I'm doing here tonight. Two reasons why I have Soulcalibur VI up right now. One, it's just something to have in the background, because I'm mainly going to be talking about Dragon Age to Veilguard tonight. I have stayed away from talking too much about Veilguard in my streams before this, because mainly it hasn't been relevant. But, you know, we're so close now to release. The reviews have come out. There's a lot of information out now. Only 3 days left to go here. So I figure now's a good time for me to share my thoughts on Veilguard going into this here, and what my plans are when I get to my playthrough of it here. So, Soulcalibur here, Soulcalibur VI here. There's two things here. First, I'm gonna do auto battles in the background because they're incredibly entertaining to me in this game. I will openly admit, as much as I love the Soulcalibur series, I am a terrible, terrible fighting game player. But I can acknowledge that, hey, I really like the Soulcalibur series. It's still probably my favorite fighting game series. Because, you know, it's swords and fantasy, and I like the characters, and they usually have good music in these games, so the characters are entertaining to me. So anyway, we're going to do auto battles. I have this thing with the auto battles I like to do in this game. I don't know why, but just watching the auto battles in this game, it's just so entertaining to me. But I'll be talking over some of it anyway. But anyway, it's just to have stuff in the background here. So,
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
And there's going to be random characters. I have a whole slew of custom created characters in this game, because I spent a lot of time on them. There might be a few surprises in here, so we're going to do random and see how many of these surprise characters show up here.
Unknown soul.
But I spent a lot of time in the character creator in this game, which is the other reason I'm bringing it up. Character creator.
Unknown soul.
So what I like to do here with the auto battle is play a little game here. It's called First to 10. Which side is going to get to a score of 10 first? So, will it be the left side or the right side? Place your bets now. While I talk to you. Let me make it something exciting. Alright. Let's see who comes up first here. See if we got any surprises here.
A history of conflict.
Ah, we get Kyra Morton at this stage.
You are in too deep.
Okay, just regular vanilla characters here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. Anyway, Veilguard. So we got a few days coming out. There's been tons of information. Like I said, I really haven't talked about it on the stream, but I am kind of in this state of being That's gonna happen a lot, by the way.
Victory will not
Because I had the slip out on. Slip out is hilarious, by the way. That's another reason why I turned it on.
Your hope in shreds.
fight.
I have been on this roller coaster of anticipation
Bring out.
regarding Veilguard, and it's just,
Claim victory and bask in
it's been exciting, it's been disappointing, it's been heart-wrenching. And the enthusiasm, and honestly, I just want the game to be out, because I'm tired of being on this roller coaster. Like, I hear something awesome about the game, then I hear something disappointing, then I was like, oh, then this something exciting again, then disappointing. Exciting, disappointing. I'm tired of the roller coaster. I went off the ride now. I just want the game now.
Welcome
Anyway.
to the stage of history retold. Unknown soul.
So something's up.
Unknown soul.
So going all the way back to summer, we had that character reveal trailer. Actually, you know what? Let me go a step before that, actually. When the real news began. The real news began when the name change happened.
Riches attracts more chaos.
So, you know, originally, it was Dragon Age Red Wolf for the longest time. Which, you know, is a pretty good... Oh, look. Here we go.
Battle 1. Fight.
Surprise. Yes, I do have Miriam in the game. I think I did a pretty good job of recreating Miriam. I've seen a couple others, but I think mine's is pretty good. But yeah, they changed the name from Dreadwolf to Veilguard. That was the first major piece of news in a long time.
Easily. It must be seen.
I initially wasn't really sure about the name change, and I think a lot of people were kind of wondering about that at the time. Because Dreadwolf was such a good name to go with. But, you know, in hindsight, seeing what developers had done with the game, it makes more sense now. So I'm okay with the name change now. Because in hindsight now, it's pretty obvious that,
Stand. Fight to
You know,
the last breath.
as important as Solus is to the game,
Fight.
he's not the most important thing in the game anymore. So some people might still be disappointed by that, but I'm kind of over it now. So next big thing was the character reveal trailer, which it already kind of stated this on social media already, but I do think that trailer was just a big mistake and should not have happened. And I don't think anybody would really disagree with that.
Claim victory and
It was not a good trailer. It wasn't a good first impression reveal. Like, if the trailer itself had come out later on after the gameplay reveal, probably would not have been quite as bad. But the fact that that's kind of what, well, I don't want to say it's what BioWare wanted to lead with.
retold.
I think some people have already generally confirmed that it was mainly EA's marketing that went with that decision. And yeah, that kind of sounds par for the course from EA. It's not the first time they've led with bad trailers like that, so I think it's safe to say we can put the blame on EA's marketing department for that one. So, needless to say, when it came out, I was a little surprised by it. It wasn't what I was expecting to see. The whimsical,
Oh God,
sort of,
guide me.
So,
a lot of people like to say the Fortnite. My custom announcement there. It has a bird in his hair. Actually, you know, in hindsight, I don't want to say it's very Fortnite, but it had that feel. It's actually more like Overwatch was probably more. It had that feel of some sort of mobile looter shooter game. And that trailer, unfortunately, I think was the catalyst for a lot of the negativity around the game. Like, when that happened, it drew in all the haters. It was so easy a target. And unfortunately, that has not really changed since that character reveal trailer has happened. So, despite all the things BioWare has done since then to try and alleviate people and get them to pay attention to the gameplay and other parts of the game, that first impression has unfortunately stuck around. And that's why that trailer was a mistake. It was not the right thing to lead with. But, you know, that's in the past. And when that came out, my expectations kind of went down. Then the gameplay reveal stuff came along, and I was like, oh, this actually looks a lot more interesting now. We got to see some of the gameplay, we got to see some of the initial Rooks, Varric, Neve, Harding. I was a little weirdly off-put by Harding's appearance at first, but I've kind of gotten used to it now. He looks like a... I've been trying to kind of put my finger on why something about her just kind of bothered me, but he looks like a mom to me now. She's older, I get it. But she looks like somebody's mom to me, and I think that's what feels weird to me. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. I am used to her new appearance now, so it doesn't bother me anymore. So I'm good with it. I'm chill. So I look forward to having Harding around again. She was a very nice character to have in Inquisition. We're at 2-1 now. 2-1.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
So, saw the gameplay stuff. My expectations, or my expectations, my enthusiasm went back up again. Okay. Okay, now you got my attention. I'm excited for the game.
Unknown soul. Unknown soul.
Then, what do we have happening after that? Oh, we just had the Game Informer stuff. The drip feed of Game Informer information started coming out here. And, there's bits about gameplay, bits about the characters, the romances. More stuff about the romances.
Let's get this fight started.
And then more romance stuff. I'm like... I don't know why there's such an overemphasis on the romance stuff. I know it is a part of Dragon Age games, but it's never... I don't think of Dragon Age games as the romance aspect of Dragon Age games as being an essential thing to the series. It's just a fun little side feature, as it is in most games to me. Like, I don't play the games for the romance options. I don't. It's just not the thing I play the games for. So it is a little weird they put so much emphasis on this side of the game. I don't... You know, if some people like that, that's fine. You know, if that's what you want to do. I know there's a whole massive fandom around the romance aspects of these games, and... You know, if that's what you enjoy, that's fine, you know. Me, I kind of want to hear about some other stuff in the game. By the way, this is Mayhem, by the way. She is an actual Soulcalibur. A character that exists in lore of this game. So I recreated her in the character creator. As accurately as I probably could. But yeah, you know, my enthusiasm remained pretty steady for a while. Kind of gradually starting to build up over time. And then the news hit. I think this was after the Game Informer stuff. I think it was IGN. Was it the last Game Informer, or was it IGN? I forget. It was one of the two, where we finally got the information about the carryover choices. There's just no way to, there's no other way to say this. It was a huge disappointment that only 3 choices carry over into Veilguard. I'm not going to deny I'm still disappointed by that. And hearing about that and what the implications were, my enthusiasm just kind of dive-bombed at that point. I'm like, oh goodness gracious. BioWare, what did you do? And like, because the thing is, so I just did like a full replay of the Dragon Age series. I did Dragon Age Origins and 2 last year. I did Inquisition over the winter. I did basically a new playthrough I wanted to do that would lead into my first playthrough of Veilguard. And now that I know that the vast majority of everything I did in those 3 playthroughs is not going to matter going into Veilguard, I'm not gonna deny I'm a little salty about that. That said, you know, it's... I do say 3 choices. I am still going to give the game a chance here to see how all that plays out. It may be possible everything synergizes quite well with the very limited carryover choices, but to me, that was always one of the things that made the Dragon Age series special, was that you could carry choices over into the next game, and you could kind of create and craft your own world state as things progressed. Now it kind of feels like that's going to be missing from Veilguard, so... Because I don't think 3 choices is enough to have a custom world state. It's going to feel very shallow to me, so... And like I said, I don't know of any way to put a positive spin on that. Because it's been such a staple of the series to this point, and to not have that, I don't know what else to say about it. So, but you know, my enthusiasm has gradually started to go back up since then. I have pre-ordered the game. It is locked and loaded, ready to go. So I'll be ready to go on the 31st for that. So we're at this point now where the initial reviews have come out. Don't really have a whole lot to say about the reviews I've seen. To be fair, I've only seen the numbers and a few excerpts. I haven't watched anybody's video. I haven't read any in-depth reviews. Generally I've been trying my best to kind of keep my slate clean. My thoughts on the game as kind of a clean slate now. Because I'm just ready to go into it and see what the game presents to me. Good or bad, just give it to me and I will...
Welcome to the stage of history.
I will just see how I do with it.
Unknown soul. Unknown soul.
It has gotten more... I would say that the established review media seems to be a bit more lenient on this game, on Veilguard, because I've seen, surprisingly, I've seen 10s, 10 out of 10s, and I'm like,
Looks like I have to give my all.
I mean, I would not expect the game to be a perfect 10, but some people think it is.
Battle 1. Fight.
This is also a very interesting stage. This is from, this is 2B stage. You gotta be joking!
Victory goes to the last one standing.
I haven't played,
This calls for something special.
Fight.
what are these games called? Nier Automata. I haven't played Nier Automata, so I don't know what the little ghost girls are about here, so this is all above my knowledge. So, but, you know, not to get off on a tangent here.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen.
So yeah, as I said, it seems like the established review media has been pretty leaning more positive on the game. The more independent YouTube reviewers are more of a mixed bag from what I've seen so far. Some people really like it. Some people are a lot more critical of it. It's kind of about what I expected. And maybe that's a little bit more of a realistic reflection of what the game might turn out to be. But, you know, speaking of that, I am going to be playing it. I will be doing my usual thing, where I'm kind of reviewing, making note of things I enjoy about it, making stuff I don't enjoy. Oh, it's Geralt. Geralt. Who's he fighting? Oh, he's fighting
Shall we begin the experiment?
this guy. What's his name? As well. I'm looking forward to doing my own review of Veilguard, because I'm not entirely certain how it's going to turn out for me. I imagine there's probably a good chance I'm still going to enjoy something in Veilguard. I don't see it being all bad for me. But I also don't see it being a perfect 10 out of 10. I think that's kind of impossible for me to give it that type of score. As I've already mentioned, the carryover choices is probably going to be a potential negative. So that kind of already negates it from getting a high score, in my opinion, but it's all going to depend on everything else in the game.
Welcome to the stage of
gameplay, characters. I think the characters are probably going to be fine. BioWare's usually pretty good at doing characters, so it's always been a strong point of them. It just comes down to whether the gameplay and the overall story makes sense. And, you know, if I find the game fun. The fun factor is a pretty important factor. Weird Goldo. Weird gladiator. Okay.
Battle 1. Fight.
So that's what's going to be coming here. So on the schedule, going to be doing the Halloween. I have do my usual thing where I have like some bunch of indie Halloween games. I'm going to do that on the 30th, the night of the 30th. Since obviously I'm going to be doing Veilguard on Halloween. So do that a day ahead of time. I think I already have the list here.
victory goes to the last one.
9 games. I have 9 short indie games in the roster. So I might give it, usually I give it about a 2-hour stream in the previous year, but I probably will go a little longer this time. Considering it's like 9 games, probably go for like 3 hours here. See how that goes. And then on Halloween day, so as soon as I get Veilguard download, I'm probably going to be spending a good deal of time in the character creator. I'm already anticipating I'm going to spend the afternoon messing around with the character creator. I might do a separate video on the character just on the character creator, and probably talk about the game options and stuff, just to get that stuff out of the way. And I know not everybody's interested in seeing the game options. I have to cover the game options because that's part of the game. No, it's not always the most interesting thing, I understand, but it's interesting to me. But I'll probably do that, you know, we'll make it like a part 0 thing. And just get the character creator and the options out of the way.
Welcome to the stage of history.
And then once I got my versions of my Rook figured out,
Unknown soul.
go ahead and actually start the game on Halloween night. And I do find it just hilarious that they released the game on Halloween. I know it's probably likely it just ended up as a coincidence on Halloween, but I just find it's just a really funny coincidence.
Step aside. I've sinned enough already.
Anybody interesting? Just Maxi.
It's a fight you'll get.
See. Yeah, that's really kind of about where I'm at with my thoughts on Veilguard. I think for the longest time I was kind of more in the cautiously optimistic category with the game. In a way, I still am. I don't get to play a brand new game on day one release too much anymore, so it'll be exciting to do. Oh, yeah, the last game I did a day one release on was actually Gundam Breaker 4, not too long ago. But that was kind of a special case because, you know, it's a game about Gunpla, you know, one of my major hobbies. So I kind of had to cover it.
Stupid.
We're at 3 to 6 now. We haven't gotten to 10 yet.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Still, it's like who's gonna get to 10 here? You mean the left side or the right side? I do want to talk about
When souls collide,
the Rooks.
chaos erupts.
I have 3 Rooks, 3 potential Rooks planned out for Veilguard. I've been kind of keeping them under wraps for a while. I've actually had them kind of planned out for like over a month now. And I just kind of wanted to have more detailed information to get closer to finalizing them. And if we're really lucky, might get to see one of them here. Yeah, they haven't come up yet. I'm secretly hoping one of my Rooks is going to appear in the battler here. It was part of the reason why I had this running in the background.
Last breath.
But maybe they have appeared already. Well, no, I already said they haven't showed up yet. But you know, as soon as I'm done with this, I'll start talking about my Rooks here. So,
Victory goes to the last one standing.
that's the reason why I brought this up, because Soulcalibur's character creator is pretty decent at creating a nice-looking fantasy-esque character. Lots of good armor options, lots of good weapon options. Go with here. It's not the most advanced character creator when it comes to body customization. It's actually pretty stagnant, I would say, in that regard. But there's a lot of stuff you can do with the armor and gear in here, so you can come up with a lot of creative combinations. I've always enjoyed the Soulcalibur character creators. I think ever since when they first started doing that in Soulcalibur 2, I think.
Unknown soul.
I've always found the Soulcalibur character creator one of the better character creators you can get. And 6 is still a pretty good one. So, you know, I guess before I get to it, I can talk a little about Soulcalibur in general.
Wolves carve their souls into their
But this game in general, like I said, I do suck at... Why did the randomizer pick the same character again? This bugs me.
Also draw steel.
Battle 1. Fight!
I have kind of casually played the Soulcalibur games ever since Soulblade. I had Soulblade on the Dreamcast. It's a pretty nice game, and I always got attracted to the series because, like I mentioned, it's a sword fighting game. I just really enjoyed the idea of that, and that's why I like Soulcalibur. Again, not that I'm actually good at these games, I'm not. I'm actually pretty terrible at them, which is why I don't actually stream this that often. Or ever. But yeah, I've always enjoyed the series. A lot of my memories of Soulcalibur 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all kind of blurred together, though, because it's been so long. And it's like, Did that happen in 2 or 3? I can't remember. But actually, you know what? I completely biffed what I said earlier. Soulblade was PlayStation 1, wasn't it? Yeah. So the first Soulcalibur was Dreamcast. I don't know why I got that mixed up. Yes, I had both games. I had Soulblade on the PS1 and Soulcalibur on Dreamcast.
Wasted your life?
I think Soulcalibur was where things really kind of kicked off. Soulblade was an okay fighting game when it came out. The first Soulcalibur was where everything kind of really kicked off. And I've been kind of paying attention to the series ever since.
Unknown soul.
The only Soulcalibur game I have not touched is Soulcalibur V. And that's really only because it's like a console exclusive, I think, to PlayStation 3 or 4, I want to say. One of those.
Warrior spirits are forged.
In other words, it's console locked, so I've never had a chance to try it out.
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
I have heard that Soulcalibur V
It's barbaric.
does some interesting things that not everybody liked.
Fight.
There's another special bonus character I created. You can get a cookie if you know where he's from.
Whoa, this isn't for show.
So,
One more. One more.
yeah, there was one aspect to some of the Soulcalibur games I always really enjoyed
The ultimate.
that not many fighting games actually do. I have like a really good story mode or a really good campaign mode. Like, I don't think they really had much of that in the first Soulcalibur game, but Soulcalibur 2, they actually had this, I don't remember what it exactly was called, but it was basically a story mode created for your custom character. And there was kind of a loose story to follow. I don't remember what it was called.
Final battle.
This.
It was a good system. I didn't think in the third game they actually improved on that. By creating this sort of hybrid tactical fighting story mode, which is really long and involved, and introduced a whole bunch of extra side content characters. I thought that was fascinating for a fighting game to have.
Victory and battle.
I remember playing the heck out of that mode. I actually had a lot of fun with that.
Challenged a Witcher. Must have had a death wish.
Yes, unfortunately, Saiton Uzuki cannot deal with a Witcher. As Soulcalibur VI has proven.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Unknown soul. Unknown soul.
And I want to say... 2, 3... Yeah, I think it was Soulcalibur 4 that... Soulcalibur 4 had this, like, dungeon tower thing.
To their swords.
And I remember I didn't really like it. I thought it wasn't as interesting as what they had in the previous games.
And keep moving forward.
It was just kind of like, what? Like, why this? It's such a downgrade from what they had in the previous game. So yeah, I think Soulcalibur 4 is where the series started to go downhill. And I think there's probably other fans that probably would agree with that sentiment. Let's get let into Soulcalibur 5, which I heard a lot of mixed opinions on Soulcalibur 5. But then you have this game,
Victory will not come easily.
Soulcalibur 6.
Seized.
This game is fascinating because this is supposed to be like a soft reboot of the Soulcalibur franchise. And to go through
My mind is clear.
the story mode involving, you know, the characters and all. This is basically a remake of the first Soulcalibur story, except they expanded on it and they include all the new characters that were introduced in the later games. So it's like,
The battle.
but the funny thing is,
Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't played Soulcalibur 6, but
You know that, right?
this is a multiverse story now. if you played the story mode, you will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Unknown soul. Unknown soul.
Actually, I didn't even see the scoring. Where are we at the score now? 4-9. Oh, we're almost at the end here. Will Team Righty win over Team Lefty?
To realize your ideals shall never end.
Let's see what we get here.
To give my all.
Come on, Taki. Yeah. I always hope something interesting will pop up, but not this time.
What?
Speaking of story mode, this game has actually 2 versions of story mode, which I think they did something really creatively interesting with in this game.
Leave this place.
They're all part of the same timeline. So you have the story mode involving, you know, the main cast of the game, you know, like Jean-Paul and Taki and Maxi and those people. And then you have the custom character story mode, which is its own thing. But the custom character storyline runs in parallel with all the main character storylines. It's all one timeline.
No choice.
It's all one series of events. And I actually really like what they did with that in this game. So as you progress in the custom character story mode, it'll actually open up more story events in the main character story events. And as you progress in there, that might open up more opportunities in the custom character story events. Because everybody's crossing paths in this timeline they have now. And they all weave it together surprisingly well. And I actually really enjoyed going through the story mode in this game. It's probably one of the better story modes I've seen in a fighting game. I'm gonna be bluntly honest with that. But to be fair, I haven't really played that many fighting. I used to mess around with fighting games a lot more when I was younger. Not so much anymore. So.
No escape.
But, you know, even comparing to like story modes in the previous Soulcalibur games,
Claim victory.
I think they really did something really special with this game.
This just shows how much better I am than you.
I forget which side is talking on. Did we win? Yes. The righties win. Alright. Yeah, you know, that's the way it is, 1st to 10. Alright, let's get out of this here. Let's move on to the next thing here. Alright, so is it finally time to reveal my plans for Rooks? Because I've been using the character creator in Soulcalibur VI to kind of work out what I want my Rooks to look like and what they're going to be. So obviously you get to see all the character creations I have. I spent way too much time in here. I can peruse the list here. But yes, there was the possibility of any of these characters showing up in the random battler. Only a few did. Alright, so first one I'm going to get out of the way is Veilguard here. So, in case it's not obvious, this is supposed to be my Qunari Rook, who I was kind of playing around with. He is supposed to be a Grey Warden Qunari Rook. But yeah, ever since the option became available to play a Grey Warden in Veilguard, and also have a Qunari, I was like, I gotta make that happen. I gotta do that because I want to see what would happen if I have a Qunari Grey Warden. And I think that would be a really fun idea for a Rook. Now, I tried to dress him up in my closest approximation of Grey Warden armor here. I think I did an okay job with it. I tried to look at the previews, armor sets that I saw, and that's It's a close enough approximation. That's enough to get an idea here. So anyway, he's supposed to be, you know, the gruff and tough warrior here, and so I actually do have a storyline written out for him already here, so I'm gonna pull it up here. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna put it over here where I can read it. Alright. So Zingar. He is the sword or axe that smites evil. In case you recognize that line, it's not a coincidence. I did base him a little bit off of Sangar Zombolt. That's immediately who I was thinking of when I wanted to create this character. But it makes sense that he would want to smite evil. He's a Grey Warden. Why wouldn't he do that? So, anyway. Zingar's story. So Zingar is a peculiar Vashoff who was found wandering the Anderfels while being plagued by nightmares of the Twisted Ones. He regularly joined arms with the people of the region in battling Darkspawn, easily smiting what he referred to as the Nightmare's Pest before moving on. Eventually the Grey Warden learned of his exploits, and he was offered recruitment. Seeing it as a way to further his personal desires of killing as many Darkspawn as possible in his search for the Twisted Ones, he readily accepted and joined the Wardens. His joining ritual was successful. It was noted it had little effect on him. It was suspected that he either already had the taint in him, or had some level of immunity to it. His fearless talent for decimating Darkspawn led to him being charged with only the most dire and dangerous of assignments. As such, he became the Warden's secret weapon, and knowledge of his existence was not widely spread outside of Whiteshaupt. An assignment then came to battle some emerging Darkspawn, which Zingar gladly accepted. He had a squad of Wardens to hold a line, but he soon determined that the best course of action was to just cut a path through them and seal their breach. His actions saved the village and garnered the goodwill of the younger Wardens. But his choice to disobey orders was the final straw for Weishaupt's inept leadership. Zingar was given leave. He was more likely encouraged to leave. So he left the Anderfels to seek out other trouble spots, away from the prying eyes of the leadership of the Grey Wardens. And that will lead right into where his storyline begins in Veilguard. So what I did is I tried to incorporate the opening storylines we know of from Veilguard into what I've written here. So I kind of adapted that into. So that's Zingar. He is. I am excited for this version of Rook. This is also the most problematic one. Because you see what his weapon style is. Yeah, I designed him to be a two-handed greatsword user. And in case you don't know what the problem with that is, we still don't know if there are two-handed greatswords in Veilguard. Sadly, it is increasingly looking like there are no greatswords in Veilguard. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this character now. They're probably going to be put on the sidelines until, well, either I resign myself to using a two-handed axe with them, which could potentially work, but I'm gonna be honest, a giant axe does not feel, it doesn't have the same vibe as a great sword. So I don't know, I'm like, kind of like all iffy on that. Or I just wait, and maybe some talented modders can mod great swords into the game, and that will solve the problem for me. I don't know if I should count on that happening or not, but we'll see. But anyway, that's Zingar. hopefully I get to play him someday in Veilguard. Alright, the other one here. Oh, that's the old one. Never mind. Let me go to the new one. New one's at the top here. Yeah. Right, we have Veilguard. In case you can't tell, it should be obvious. Veilguard is an elf. Well, she also has a nickname, Haze or Haze, I haven't decided yet. Haze the Unicorn Hunter. There's a good reason for that name. Anyway, she's gonna be a, I decided she's gonna be a two-handed rogue for the Lords of Fortune. Originally, she was going to be in the Antivan Crows, but I decided to change it up to Lords of Fortune because I thought that might be a little more interesting to go with her backstory. So she's probably not going to have the mask in game though, so whatever. Anyway, backstory. Veilguard, or Haze as she's commonly known, appeared in a spontaneous magical incident that thrust her out of a portal somewhere in Ravane. She claims to have been part of a unicorn hunting party from an as yet unheard of clan of elves, known as the Ainel. With no way back to her own clan, she accepted her fate for the time being, and made her living as a mercenary before joining up with the Lords of Fortune. Despite her claims as a unicorn hunter, no one she encountered in Thedas had ever heard of the creatures, and the one bog unicorn she did find was not at all the same thing that she was looking for. Eventually, a particular job with the Lords of Fortune got her caught in a confrontation with a Venatory force, in which she had to kill a corrupt Ravani noble, who was threatening to unleash a evil power upon the area. Despite averting the crisis, she became a target of the Ravani authorities and was forced to flee Ravane in search of other exploits, and also rumored magics that might help her potentially find a way back home. So, that's the introduction to Veilguard. If you're a very knowledgeable person of RPGs, you might recognize a few of the names I mentioned. Unicorn hunting, the Ainel. She's not an elf of Thedas, let me put it that way. But I think it works interesting enough in lore, at least to me. Because, you know, the Ainel would regularly hunt the unicorns because they had the potential to create portals between different planes of existence and different worlds. And she was part of that hunting party, and she got ambushed by a unicorn and got popped through a portal into another world, namely Thedas. And there she ended up at. In case you don't know who the Ainel are, they are the elves from the Witcher series. Mainly the elves that live on another world from the Witcher series, who were, yes, the originators of the Wild Hunt. And in case you're paying attention to the lore, yes, they do hunt unicorns for their magical power. That's where a lot of the magical powers come from. It's also how they're able to traverse into multiple worlds through their portals and everything. So, I thought it was an interesting piece of backstory. Of course, none of that will be actually reflected in Veilguard, but, you know, it's just my own background lore. Anyway, she's going to be a Lord of Fortune. I tried to make something that looks a little bit like the Lord of Fortune outfit, but unfortunately it's very hard for me to recreate it properly in this game. I tried. I had a couple different iterations. They all look like crap, so I just stuck with this outfit here because I think it looks pretty cool. At best, I want to try to keep her outfit looking reddish. Well, in contrast, Zingor's outfit is going to be more blue and steel. She's gonna be more red and black, you know, in terms of color schemes. If you're paying attention here. So that's number 2. She's gonna be a rogue. Now you're probably wondering who's gonna be the mage. Yes, there is a mage character. The last one here. So this is Lev. Lev is going to be a very interesting character to play as. So this is Lev, the Abyss Diver. So she's going to be in the Mornwatch. Going to be a mage. I probably want her to focus a little. I'm already making a mistake here. Let me back up a minute here. They are likely to be a Spellblade. Give me some credit. I gotta get used to the pronoun thing sometimes. But yes, this is probably going to be my very first non-binary character I'm going to create in a video game. So I think it's a good opportunity to do so. And I intentionally want to keep Lev as ambiguous as possible. I don't want them to be a guy or a gal. I want them to be like a mystery as much as possible. So I will be going with the they them pronouns with this character. But yeah, they're gonna be Spellblade, a little bit deadpan. Basic color scheme of their outfits mainly gonna be browns, yellows, and black and grays or blacks or whatever. Kind of like what you have here. So anyway, their backstory here. They appeared one night, deep in the Grand Necropolis, as an infant, after a spirit summoning spell gone awry, and were found by the Mortalitasi. As they grew up, they had little memory of how they came to be there, but the Mortalitasi had determined, strangely enough, that they seemed to have 2 spirits residing in them, both from beyond the Fade. Spirits that they can only really identify as W and W. They displayed a talent for magic and were brought into the care of the Mornwatch, where they demonstrated a particular affinity for the souls of the dead. With their talent, they frequented the depths of the Grand Necropolis in vain attempts to piece together and search for clues on how they came to be there. Eventually, though, events drew them into conflict with the undead nobility and the War of the Banners, and they had to excise several of the aggressive spirits of the undead nobles. While this act ended the conflict and spared those still living from joining the dead, their actions had caused enough of a fuss to the Order's patrons that they decided to leave the necropolis in search of other answers to their questions. And there's Lev's backstories. It's not a whole lot to it. Again, try to incorporate the Veilguard's own lore into their background. And funny enough, I didn't have to actually modify this too much. This is actually pretty close to what the original version of their backstory is. I know I'm going to keep messing it up. Just again, I gotta get used to it. But it's actually not too far off from my original backstory for them. So I was actually surprised at how close the Mornwatch background matched up with this. So anyway, that's gonna be Lev. She's not gonna have a gun in the game, obviously. They're not gonna have a gun. I know, I'm gonna keep messing that up. Sorry, it's not something I'm used to. But the big question is, which one am I gonna go with? I actually do start Veilguard. I guess obviously I'm gonna have to wait on Zengar. So it's only gonna come down between Lev and Azelarin. Both of them are perfectly interesting to do. Let's see what we got here. Why don't we see them in the actual battle mode here? I actually have 2 versions of Lev here.
The stage of history retold. Soul of
We'll do the first version here. We're up against Azellerin.
This'll be fun.
So, yeah, I gave Lev a staff, even though there's not really a magic weapon in this game. The closest thing I could give her, give them. And I'm gonna keep getting that
The
wrong.
tragic fall of the cherry blossom magnifies its beauty, as with life.
You know, it's a close thing. To be honest, Killick's staff
Regret fighting me.
is not really the best weapon in the game, to be honest. There's a particular problem with Killick's weapon style in this game. It's okay the way it is normally. Unfortunately, Killick's special move, his soul charge, whatever it's called, has a major drawback if you try to use it, is that it will drain your health constantly. Not a good soul charge to use, as I discovered many times in playing.
You're mine. Sorry.
But then again, this is just for theoretical demonstration purposes, so it's not really that big a deal.
Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2.
So whoever survives here will get to face Zingar.
Don't move. Ready?
Oh yeah, she did the soul charge. I mean, yeah. That's the problem with the soul charge right there, is it drains your health. It's just a terrible soul charge. I don't know why they had it that way in the game. Okay, well, left lost, so.
The battle is over.
I guess Azellerin's gonna face Zingar now.
Fought so bravely.
Gotta say, that was fun. Thanks.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Yeah, you may have noticed, but I have another version of Zingar right here. It's not as detailed as the other version.
Soul
Okay.
No.
of Taki.
Let's go.
Soul of Siegfried. Blood, flesh, and souls are offered to the gods amidst deathly chants.
You really want to play with fire?
What do you hope to accomplish?
Battle 1. Fight!
Doing a lot of walking around. Doing a lot of walking around and walk right off the stage.
To your last breath. Battle 2. Fight!
You lose.
You're no threat! Sonya!
See? Don't move.
Sonya!
Get ready. Now, right.
Sonya!
Victory goes to the last one standing. Final battle. Fight!
Also, by the way, probably should go without saying that these three aren't the only Rooks I might ever end up making. probably make other versions. But for now, these are the 3 I kind of had planned out. They're the 3 that I would like to play.
Claim victory and bask in the glory.
Who won here? Was it Zingar?
Thought you could
Oh, nope.
beat me.
I thought I won again.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I mean, should I take that as a sign that maybe I should just go with Azelarin in my first playthrough? Yeah. Alright. Well, okay, well that's really about it for the Veilguard stuff.
History retold.
While I got this up, we can look at some of the other custom character creations I've made. Let's see, it will be an interesting matchup to see. Like this one. Inchinone. Inchinone versus me trying to create Hawk here. It's not a very good looking Hawk. I tried with that one, but...
In a cursed castle hall, warriors dance in a masquerade of death.
So, you desire to fight?
Unfortunately, there's no armor in the game that's like super spiky.
Too easy! Not over! Not over!
Victory goes to the last one standing.
You're mine!
Battle 2. Fight!
Die! Here! What's that? You're mine!
Actually, you know what? There's one more thing I can probably mention. Yes, I have the 3 Rooks. But I haven't completely decided which Rook is going to match up with which Inquisitor I have.
Victory will not come easily.
I haven't really determined that yet. I mean, obviously I think whichever one I decide to go with for the playthrough is going to be the one leading off from where Malika Malika was? Yeah, well my dwarf Inquisitor from the last playthrough.
Ready?
Whichever one I decide to go with, where it's Lev or Azelarin, is going to lead off of where Malika left off in Inquisition. And the next one will be a different Inquisitor that I'll lead off of. So I actually went back into Inquisition and got screenshots of all my Inquisitors actually, just so I have reference pictures of all of them so I can try to recreate them in Veilguard when the 31st comes around here.
Give it your all, or don't bother showing up.
Hawk 1. Hawk 1 against the creepy clown robot.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Let's see what else. I do like my death here. And would be interesting here. I saw a mirror. Oh.
Soul of Talum. Everything that lives is designed to end. Battle 1. Fight!
I mean, come on, it should be obvious where this guy's from. I mean, have you ever wondered what Sandy Claus actually looks like?
Ring out! Victory goes to the last one standing.
I gave him claw weapons. They're sandy. Of course.
Fight! Ring out! Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Final battle. Fight! Ring out! The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen.
Sandy Claus wins.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul
Oh,
of
no.
Zasalamel.
Let's see.
Soul of Amy.
Ah, yes.
Soul of Raphael.
Come on, people. You should know who these two characters are. I shouldn't have to explain these to you.
Everything that lives is designed to end.
Underestimate me at your peril.
Okay, I will admit it's probably not the best. Tried my best to recreate
Battle 1.
Salvario. To be fair, you can't really create a character of anime proportions in this game. It just doesn't work. So, but I tried my best. I think my Char looks pretty good.
Ring out!
He is a bit big boned though.
Victory goes to the last one standing. Battle 2. Fight!
This will end it. Watch closely. My specialty. Perish. Feeble.
Enough! Got
Victory goes to the last one standing. Final battle. Fight!
Giving up yet? Giving up yet? Ready?
Ring out! The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Char wins.
Conviction holds much promise.
Welcome to the stage of history retold. Soul
begin.
of Amy. Soul of Mitsurugi.
Yes. We have to have him. I don't see if there's anybody else who would be interesting. I mean, okay, obviously we have to have Zangetsu versus Miriam. Fine, we'll do that. I mean, you've already seen Miriam, but whatever. I mean, come on. You were thinking it.
Blood, flesh, and souls.
Don't deny. Don't deny you weren't thinking that.
Chance.
You will die.
I want to finish this up quick.
Battle 1. Fight!
Take this.
Get ready.
Try again. Try again. I'll kill you.
Try again.
Gotcha. Try again. You're mine. Begin.
No mercy.
Try again.
It's nothing.
I'll kill you.
Too slow.
Take this.
Get ready.
Ring out!
Take this.
Victory goes to the last one standing.
It can't be.
Battle 2. Fight!
Too slow. Useless.
Take this.
Try this. Try again. Don't cry now. What? Let's
KO!
Pity.
Yeah, Miriam's kind of a beast in this game.
Show respect for
Well, I should say Ivy is a beast. Ivy is a beast in Soulcalibur regardless. Alright, we'll do one more here, and I'll wrap it up.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Alright, so I did want to see what the possibility... There's really nothing equivalent to a Spellblade option in this game.
Soul of
I figured I would try Geralt's sword fighting option. Might be the closest thing to a Spellblade, because it involves swords and magic, so I guess what makes sense. Let's see, who's I put them up against? I do like my...
has begun.
I know this is Nightmare, but it's like... It's Handsome Nightmare. Handsome Nightmare. How could you not like Handsome Nightmare?
The fight to realize your ideals shall never end.
So, you want to fight?
The nightmare will devour your soul!
Battle 1. Fight!
How? Yeah.
Stay down!
I can't. Go away.
Stay down!
KO! Victory will not come easily. It must be seized. Battle 2. Fight!
Oh, looks like Lev's doing very poorly here.
Quit dawdling,
So it's just what Handsome Nightmare is just so powerful.
Starts now. No escape. Won't go easy. Hopeless. Fine.
Stand. Fight to your last breath.
Fine.
Final battle.
Try to resist.
What the? What the?
Your soul, give it to me. Now what? Soul edge.
No, it's over.
Taste the sword of despair. This nightmare shall consume you.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
My sword. Do you still thirst?
Alright. That's enough. So, anyway. Short little casual fun stream. Covering a lot of my stuff on Veilguard. Talked a little bit about Soulcalibur VI here. It's a good game. If you're interested in a fighting game, I certainly recommend checking it out. I know some people for Tekken, but you know, like, I just like swords. It's one of those scenarios where I was like, yes, this is brilliant, but I like this. You know, it's that sort of thing. Anyway, spooky games on the 30th, and then Veilguard on the 31st. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you then. Have a good night. Bye bye.